Hey Virgo, happy Lunar New Year. That means it's the first new moon of this moon cycle for this year. So I decided that this is when we're going to start doing the readings. This is the reading for the week of the 1st of February until the 9th. I'm doing the night and days because it starts on a Saturday and it gets me in a flow. So this is for the next 5 days from February the 1st till the 9th. So I've already pulled your cards for you, and we start with the card Beauty. It is a beautiful card. I will show you. It takes away my lights though. And this card represents really appreciating the beauty in the world. But also this card in its position where it is, it's kind of representing yourself and the energy that you're in at the moment. And I think that it's time for you to really embrace who you are as a person and your kind of place in the world, in your natural kind of energy, and what you put out in the world. And I think it is a time for you to really see yourself a lot more clearer. I say this because the next card is Abundance, which is a really great card. It signifies that it's a very abundant time, which means good times, good vibes. So that's how we want to be starting off the year. However, also with this card, I feel as though it's about embracing and holding close to your chest the whole of you in order to get that abundance. It's kind of like sometimes what keeps us from our abundance is the potentials of fears and anxieties and things that we see as negative kind of traits that we all carry. Like everyone has their flaws, right? We see them as a negative part of ourselves, so we will detach it like that's not me. But it is. It's all a whole part of who we are, right? Even if we don't necessarily always appreciate that part in those certain times of our life, you know. It's still a part of your essence and who you are. Now, I feel as though it really works with you in understanding yourself and accepting yourself in all of that, in order for you to really appreciate where you are in life now and where you're going. And I feel like that is the key to you really being fulfilled during this time. The next card is Change in Reverse, which means it wants you to pay attention. It's like, hey, I'm in reverse, so this needs your attention right now. I do feel like things are changing. Now with this, it's kind of as though I feel like you're resistant to change, but also you're ready for it. So it's like I'm in a storm. There's like a chaos within that's telling me that I should probably stay with how things have always been because it's comfortable. And then another one that's excited and thrilled for this change and wants that dynamic, wants that change. I think you're worried about the opinions of others, and other people will have opinions. This card literally to me is saying that, you know, there will be opinions of others, but you've got to fight back against the opinions of others and go with what is right with you for you, and then you'll achieve your goal. Then you'll get to where you need to be. And I do get this sense again with that abundance card being key of moving on to this step is like embracing all of who you are and just being in that natural essence. At the moment, the energies on the world are a little bit like confusion, fear, anger. There's a lot of really heavy emotions, and we can either fuel them or we can fuel the opposite and realize like that's not a world that I want to live in. I don't accept that opinion. I don't accept that way of being. This is who I am. This is what I want. It doesn't have to be big. You don't have to showcase to the world that, you know, this is who I am. You just have to live authentically and just be who you are, right? And I think that's something that really can help you within a change that you need to make. I feel like you want to make it. I think that the things that resist makes this a resistance here, brings up a resistance. It's more of the fears and a protection thing that you've done for yourself over time, so it will feel abnormal for you, but yeah, I feel change is good. Remember, we're coming from abundance. This is a place of a good space. Next is reversed again. Pay attention. We have balance, so definitely feel like bringing things into a balance. I do feel an acceptance is needed. Bear with me a second. This is a multiple reading, so I've talked too much today already. Okay, so what I was saying is, I feel like there needs to be a balance coming into an acceptance and an energy. Now, I talk a lot in previous readings, so go check it out if you have other signs in your chart that might bring some more insight into this, what's needed to balance. But I feel like there's a massive kind of shift of feminine and masculine energy within us right now. And when we are imbalanced, we are either a pushover or we are too dominant and controlling. Now I feel like as I say that, the controlling aspect really came to my forefront of my mind. And Virgo, I do think that naturally you like to be in control. You like to control situations. So if you do see something going bad, you'll like to take control and be like, I'm going to control how the bad comes out in this. Like breaking of friendships, I feel like you'll take control and dominate that if you're in an unhealthy state kind of thing, like because you want to be protected, right? The natural energy is protection. That's your masculine. Your feminine can be a walkover. So that one is a little more like, for example, in that dynamic of losing friendships, you will just accept it and feel misery and sad in that. There's no self-protection. You're just vulnerable in that. We want the balance. We need to be in control of how we are dealing with things and how we deal with the loss of friendship. Someone doesn't want to be your friend anymore. It's their boundaries. You're like, okay, you accept it. You work through your feelings, and you do what you can. If you want to rebuild a friendship or fix it, you're in control in order to make the best decisions for you and the friend. But again, you're not in this vulnerable state where you're emotional bound to overreact or underreact, right? There's a balance, and this is what I feel like here with this dynamic, is bringing yourself into a balance so that you are embracing both your feminine and masculine self. We all have both, and it's whether we feel secure in life or if we are feeling nurtured enough in life. It's acknowledging what needs to be done for you. And I do feel like there's a knowing, like I feel like if you really look at yourself, you will know which area is more for you. But you need to stop looking outward for this. You can't see outward. It's foggy, it's cloudy. What you need to know is within your gut, and trust that gut. Next we have 2 cards in this position. So we have Will and we have Focus in reverse. So Focus, again with the emotional, I feel like there's definitely some deep emotions here for you, and you are in a balance, but I feel like you are at risk of allowing yourself to be imbalanced, which is why I feel like we have this reminder here that's come up a little bit of focusing and rebalancing. So even though you have emotions coming in, you need to be, but this is where I feel like you're at. It's like, yes, there's emotions, but you're in control of that. You're flowing, and I feel like this is a good sign that, providing that you are self-aware enough that you're in a good space here. But the Focus would like you to pay attention. So realizing that even when things get emotional, this is a good change. You needed to face these things or see these things, witness these things, whether it just be heartache or whether it just be fears. It's things you need to see and work with, not against. Working against it means, you are losing, basically you're losing control. You're losing the dynamic that you need in order to have good growth there. And remember, there's no right or wrong. So if it is harder for you, that we're not punishing ourselves and we're not bringing ourselves under the water and drowning. So you're about staying afloat. Your face is underwater, but your nose is above. That kind of vibe, With Will, definitely feel this strength, and I think that's what it is. This is why I'm saying, like, you're good. You're not going to let it overcome you, because I feel like you have the will during this time to make the good changes for you. You want this, which is why even if it's hard, you will do what you need to do to make it happen. And I'm loving that for you, Virgo. Absolutely loving it. Definitely, again, there's a lot of covering, either covering the face, like the eyes on these cards, where it's like you can't see what's out there, which is why I'm getting this not looking without, you need to look within. But then I also have like light or covering of the mouth. So it's definitely within your senses. I do feel like, again, within is essential for you. And it doesn't need to be out in the world. You don't need to voice anything. You don't need to see anything. You just need to feel it and trust it. It's more like along those lines. Surrender is the next card in reverse. So definitely with what I was just saying, surrendering to it and allowing what will be. You don't need to make noise. You just need to be in your natural essence. My guidance for anyone with this energy we're working with at the minute is being your authentic self in your space. You don't need to be loud and proud unless that is naturally to you. You feel like that is you. Some people are not loud and proud. Some people are proud, but that living their life just authentically. Just being who you are, loving who you love, doing what you gotta do. Normal human stuff, and not like trying to all act like we're all royalty or superstars or something. We're just everyday people who are the most powerful people in the world. We're the masses, we're the collective, and yeah, you're the people that matter, right? The people who are not that are also that, because they are everyday people. What I'm saying is, it's not only people you idolize that are important, the everyday person is. So surrendering to just being who you are is very essential to the bigger plan, the bigger thing. And to me, the bigger plan is us making a collective energy of not being in fear, of not being in hiding, of just being who we are, and making this a better place of acceptance, of love, yeah, all the good stuff. The next one is hunger. Interesting. I kind of got a horny feeling, so this could be a horny month for you, which means it could be a fertile month, because horniness is fertility, which is abundance and prosperity. So it could be a very good month for that. Next one is blossoming as well, so I'm definitely on the right vibe with this. I love it when that happens, and that is also in reverse. So hunger, I'm getting this desire for more. I feel like you want more. And you're ready for more. And as this whole top column, I'm like, it's all within you. It's your good. You're trusting. So you want more. You're ready for this. The fears might tell you that you're not. The fears might try and make you live in the past of where you were, keep you from making the moves that you want in your life to, next level. You want to next level it up. And I kind of feel for some of you, it's relationship, it's moving in with somebody, or even just taking it to the next step, maybe getting into a relationship. But I just get this feeling of wanting more now, which is an amazing feeling, Virgo, and something you're being urged towards. Again, blossoming indicates that it is a very fruitful thing for you to have in your life, so it's definitely pointing to yes, yes, yes. With this blossoming as well, it's direct, it's where you want it to go. So you're in control in that sense of trusting your gut and trusting your instincts. And again, not allowing the outside world and influence to change that for you. As in people's opinions, I get this sense that you are very, very concerned with someone's opinions of something, whether it be one person or more people, or just a fear of the unknown of what people might think. I feel like I really need to tell you to not allow that to influence you and your decisions, and go for what you want. You're hungry for it, so go get it. Go eat. So the last cards are the Moonology cards, and they are just kind of a summary for us. You are good enough. Exactly as you are is beautiful. You are good enough, Virgo. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's all within. Definitely go within. And see the beauty that is you. This is giving me very similar vibes to that one. If you look at, I don't know if you can see the face, I'll try and bring closer. They look very similar to me in how they are looking. So going within and trusting in that vibe. Next we have step out of your comfort zone, and I'm pretty sure I said that above, that not staying with what feels safe and comfortable because it's what you always have, stepping away from that and not letting the fears prevent you from having exactly what you're hungry for exactly what you want, taking those steps towards your goals and your dreams, because it's yours. A romantic cycle begins. I got that relationship vibe. This is insinuating that it's a great time for love, great time for relationships, great time for self-love as well. Really, all of that combined is in its very essence, because I feel like when we take a chance on love in terms of another, and we let someone in our personal space, and let that love to nourish and grow, that's a really big act of self-love as well, because it's releasing control of protecting your heart, because you're trusting someone else with that, and that's one of the biggest self-love things you can do for yourself. So definitely a romantic cycle all round. So I think anything to do with love is a very good thing for you to be making decisions on at the minute, Virgo. Last cards, you and your loved ones are safe, right? So I do feel like I want to say with this card, if decisions and changes that are happening, you're worried how it will affect your family, like their opinions of you, I feel like that could be very big for somebody, that everything will be okay. Your family, this is like a nudge to say it will work out, it will be okay. So I love that. You and your loved ones are safe, so if you do have any concerns, it is a nudge to say, we're watching over you, everything is all good, don't worry. And I think that is a very good card to come out during this time with the energies that we think that we're working with, because I have this kind of vibe for me, this intense feeling that what we think is happening in the world is not happening, so we need to just chill out and breathe and release and know that everything is going to be okay. Okay, thank you Virgo for being here. Please subscribe and follow me for your weekly updates and monthly updates. Thank you guys.